This brand is best known for compact cars, or diesel engines, but let's not go there. The three-row Atlas adds some much-needed heavy lifting to Volkswagen's lineup. VW had a legendary ad campaign in the 1960s called Think Small with Beetle. This is not that Volkswagen. Its exterior dimensions match Ford Explorer. The blocky Atlas is aimed squarely at Americans. Volkswagen certainly has SUVs, but the Touareg and first-generation Tiguan, a bit on the small side for American tastes. Plus, they've been around for a while and are a bit on the pricey side. The Routan minivan disappeared years ago, leaving Volkswagen without a three-row vehicle in the US. Dealers have to be thinking this. The box shape is incredibly efficient. Only vans beat Atlas's usability and roominess. It's huge in here. The mid-row can show people in row 3 some love. Go with captain's chairs here, and seating drops from 7 to 6 passengers. Northerners will love the climate zone. Optioned properly, nearly anything can be charged. It's not always easy to get into the back of a three-row crossover. It is here. Adults will breeze through. The floor is low enough so that small kids can scamper in. 2 adults will fit back here, even though the seats aren't 2 inches off the floor at 5'9". I have decent headroom, and with this set about mid-travel, knee and legroom are good. Passengers don't lack the basics either. To get all-wheel drive, this 3.6-liter V6 is required. On standard-grade gas, 276 horsepower. And 266 pound-feet of torque propel this 4,500-pound sport ute. You may not notice the 8-speed's seamless gear shifts. There's even a traditional mechanical lever. Thanks, Volkswagen. Drive modes? Of course. Just match the icon to the terrain you want to cross. Picky owners can customize things. Atlas will be available with a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. The V6 has decent scoot. This does the benchmark 0 to 60 run in about 8 seconds. If you're in a hurry, the Honda Pilot does it noticeably quicker. Fully loaded up with cargo and clan, passing on 2-lane highways might require some planning. Hustle Atlas into corners, and it plays along with good control and the expected moderate body roll. It's good for its size. You have to ask yourself, are you going to drive this like a Miata? Probably not. You have kids in the back, you have an example to set. Steering weight is on the lighter side. The suspension is nice and supple, almost like a luxury car. There is some wind noise at highway speeds off the pillars, and hit a sharp bump, and there's a little bit of chassis reverberation. It's not that bad. Atlas is on the quiet side. The ginormous glass roof might get the kids to look up from their phones. The latest safety tech is here, including adaptive cruise control and automatic emergency braking, much of it optional. This fully loaded Atlas is just shy of 50 grand, and if that's a shock, you haven't been car shopping in a while. One cool Atlas safety feature is post-collision braking. After an impact, I hate the term accident, the system applies the brakes to help avoid a secondary impact because usually the driver is stunned and doesn't or can't take the correct measure. Fuel economy? Well, Atlas is big and heavy. Still, I beat the EPA rating of 19 miles per gallon by 1. That's about average in class. Considering how roomy the interior is, that's pretty good. The cabin has a buttoned-down style. There are some places lacking the premium vibe of Volkswagen's years back. Designers erased any thought that this comes from real trees. SEL Premium models are loaded, so the comfy leather chairs get heat and venting. The virtual gauge cluster can be customized. Plus, there's semi-autonomous parking. The touchscreen interface is simple to use. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are standard. Obviously, I have high expectations of the Atlas's cargo hold. The all-time champ is the Buick Enclave. Not all sport utes have this kind of room behind the third row, but there's only enough space under here for workout clothes. Even without a power feature, these seats are very easy to drop and raise with the handy straps. The Buick takes on an impressive 18 packs of the 2-ply. I brought out 19. Drum roll, please. Ah, there's a new champ. There's room for a 20th pack. Think the Volkswagen design language is kind of plain or dull? Look past the strong, obvious lines that first draw the eyes, and there are some subtle and elegant things happening. These are the kind of elements VW designers do well, and they're fine details that can go unappreciated. And in general, there's nothing flamboyant in the three-row crossover segment, though the GMC Acadia has kind of a strong personality. Atlas and the new Tiguan come with a 6-year, 72,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, comforting to parents that already have the weight of the world on their shoulders. Atlas is a strong contender in the full-sized crossover segment that the competitors will have a hard time shrugging off. Since hauling crew and cargo is important to vehicles like this, I'll point out a few more things. There are plenty of places to stash things away, both front and back. The floor is very flat, so that makes it easy for 3 people to use the mid-row. And with both rows of seatbacks dropped, the load floor is especially flat, making it easy to slide things in and out. Again, this space is only beat by minivans. It's very usable. Wading into the weeds. A common reason given for alphanumeric names is that it's difficult to find actual words that are appealing, or the decent ones have been snapped up already. Hats off to Volkswagen. Atlas proves good monikers can be dreamed up, plus it's not the usual, unusual route Volkswagen takes. Back to American perceptions, few know what Touareg means, it's a nomadic tribe in the Sahara, or what a Tiguan is. Apparently the offspring of a tiger and iguana. The name was a winner in a German contest. The US should respond strongly to Atlas. Now, let's get the team that named it over to Cadillac and Infiniti. But I digress. All right, that's how I feel about the 2018 Volkswagen Atlas. And if you're thinking, hey, Tom, that is a rare wardrobe continuity malfunction, no, I'm promoting my new website, tomvolk.com, where you can get high-quality t-shirts and sweatshirts with the Driven Dynamic D logo on them. Now, I am not going to get rich selling t-shirts and sweatshirts because they're kind of expensive to produce, but I've tried to keep the costs down and the quality very high. So, who knows? If you're out walking around and you see somebody with the t-shirt, you can stop, say hi, and talk about cars. Kind of a secret society. All right? That's Driven. I'm Tom Volk.